beautiful human beings, and welcome back to Movie Madness Mondays. And today I will be reviewing Avengers Infinity War. First and foremost, I must put a little disclaimer here, right here, or just from my mouth, to say that this review will contain spoilers. So if you haven't seen Infinity War and really want to see it and want to hear no spoilers about it, please switch off this video and watch the movie and then come back and see what I thought about the movie. Because I know how annoying it is to get spoilers when you don't want them. Like literally, I just got a spoiler about Coronation Street. Yeah, I know, I watched Coronation Street. I'm an old biddy. Let's get past that. But yes, I got a spoiler about Coronation Street, which I was not expecting at all, and now I'm expecting it, and yes, it would have been more of a shock if I didn't know about this storyline, but I do know about it now, so it's really annoying. So I'm with you on this one. So if you don't want any spoilers, switch off now. And let us get into the movie review. Two things. One, yes, I've got a different background. What's happening? Have I moved? No, I'm just in Canada, and I had some downtime, so I thought, I'll do some videos. Why not? And two, I should put it out there that I am not a big, massive Marvel fan. Like, I enjoy the movies, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I'm so excited for the new Marvel movie. Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. I don't have that level of excitement with it, ever. Movies that I've been really excited about are ones that, like, I've read the book first and it's coming into a movie. So like all the Hunger Games and Harry Potter and Twilight, I was really excited about them. And then ones that I've heard like really good reviews with, like Love, Simon, because I had like a really good message with it as well. And it was like a drama. It wasn't just like a typical movie that you'd see, like a blockbuster or anything like that. So I never have that level of excitement and adrenaline built up when I go and see a Marvel movie. I'm just like, oh, it's another action movie, might as well go see it. Everyone's going to be talking about it, might as well go see it. So that's how I began this movie. So what were my actual thoughts on the movie? Let's get to that. Overall, yeah, I did like it. I did enjoy all the interactions and in the worlds intertwining with each other in this Marvel film, because that's something that I really, really enjoy in other movies or books and stuff like that. Even when I was younger, I used to write a story, and my best friend used to write a story, and we used to intertwine the characters. They'd meet up in a mutual place, and then they go off and do their own thing in their own story, and then they meet up every once in a while. And I quite like that about stories, like the Kevin Smith movies, where they're all completely different stories, but, you know, they mention something from another movie. So I really do like this about the Marvel movies, where all the characters intertwine and they kind of get to know each other in this one world rather than all these different little stories. So yeah, I quite like the interaction and the intertwining of that and how they mesh together. That brings me on to the con, because with these Marvel movies, like the Avengers, like when they're all coming together, you kind of have to watch the other movies. It's kind of like buying a toy where like items aren't included, like batteries aren't included, and this special gun isn't included. You kind of have to buy them all to get the full experience. So that's how I feel about the Marvel films. Now, I am really glad that I did see Thor Ragnarok, because the ending of Thor Ragnarok leads into the beginning of Infinity War. So it makes sense that I knew what was going on. If I hadn't watched it, I wouldn't have a clue. So I hadn't seen Black Panther, so I feel like I was missing out on something. I didn't know his backstory. I didn't know what was going on in his world, in his country that he was ruling. I didn't really know anything about him, so I felt kind of left out when it was him in his scenes, and I didn't know why Bucky was there. Like, I don't know anything about it, so I felt a little bit left out. And if I hadn't watched the other movies like Thor Ragnarok, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, I would feel even more lost. So that's the annoying thing. You have to keep up with these movies to know what's happening and what's going on and who's been where and who's... It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work for these movies. Even though I liked all the characters coming into this one movie, like a big range of characters, all these different relationships they build and kind of like interactions, and it's quite funny. It means that you only get snippets of each superhero. You don't really get like long scenes with these characters and build on their relationships and their conflicts and stuff like that, because there's so many characters and so many different worlds. They have to get everyone in So I feel like you kind of miss out on a lot of funny scenarios that could happen, or interactions and stuff like that, because the interactions have to be so short so they can get everything in. I think I just wanted more funny interactions. Like, I really liked Thor and Peter Quill's interaction, and how Quill obviously had a complex with seeing this Thor guy and so he's not that good looking, and it was really funny. I really enjoyed that, but because then they had to go to separate worlds, we didn't get that again. So it's kind of a shame, but I'm sure they can build on that in other movies. So I really did enjoy the movie for most part. I did think it was quite funny. There was a lot of funny bits. I think they're kind of making Marvel movies a bit more funnier, which is good because, you know, DC movies are quite dark. So it's nice to have that humour. And I like to laugh. I just have a good time when I'm laughing. So yeah, I did really like that. Action sequences are quite good, and obviously there's loads of different storylines going on, so it's never like dull. There's always something happening. But I started losing faith in the movie. When you're watching a movie, you kind of get sucked in, and even though it's something that can never happen, like Doctor Strange's magic and, you know, all these superheroes, they don't really exist, but it's done in such a way that it's believable and you can really like be a part of the story. I felt like that for most of the movie until they started like giving away the locations of Infinity Stones. This is my biggest con. So they all know that this Thanos guy is collecting these Infinity Stones to wipe off like half of the population of the universe. So many people are going to die when he gets these stones. And they all know this. And they all vow that they will never, ever, ever give away these Infinity Stones, even if one of their team members are going to die. They are not going to do this because it will kill more people than it will save. But then first of all, Gamora, because she sees her sister getting tortured, she's like, yep, here it is, there's the soul stone, I'll give it to you, no problem, just save her. Even though it's more than likely that she will die when he snaps his fingers at the end of it. Like, I just don't understand that. Yes, I understand that it would be devastating to see your sister getting tortured and probably being killed, but you have to think of the big picture. They all agreed that they would not let this happen, and they let this happen. She led him to the Soul Stone. I thought she was going to divert him and send him to another planet so her sister could get away, because she wants to die anyway, so why didn't she send him to another planet? Her sister would have got away and he would have killed her, and she was expecting that anyway. She wanted to die so he didn't get the Soul Stone, but she didn't. She led him right to it, and he got it no problem. Another one was Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange said at the very beginning, if you're in danger or the little kid is in danger, I will not save you. I will protect the Time Stone. And he is the keeper of the Time Stone. He wants to protect this, and he won't even let it be destroyed to save like all of humanity. He keeps it on him at all times and will not budge. And then suddenly Iron Man gets stabbed and he's like, here, take the stone, I don't need it, here, take it. What? And it's probably the worst stone he could have given as well, because as we saw, the Mind Stone was destroyed, but because he had the Time Stone, he could reverse that and get it while it's back together again. Now, I don't understand that. Only way I kind of accept that is if Doctor Strange had seen he had seen all the timelines in his head, in the future, what could happen, and that he saw that this one worked out in the long run the better way. I don't know how, because half the universe is dead. We'll get back to that one. He just gave it up for no reason. Unless it's like, oh, if I do this, he'll destroy everyone, but there's a way back from it. Like, he sees a way back and that he'll save humanity. That's the only way I can justify this. Because if he just did it just to save Iron Man, because he couldn't bear to see like one of his colleagues die, then I'm just done. I'm just done with this Marvel Universe thing, because it seems unbelievable, and it's like they're more important than the trillions of people who have just died. And then there's the ending. So because of all these people giving away the Infinity Stones like it's nothing, like it's a few pennies, here, take it, I don't need it, I was losing faith in the movie already. I was like, I don't really feel part of this anymore. It's unbelievable, like, what's happening? And then I thought there's going to be some way of stopping this. Someone's going to pull off the glove, or the Time Stone was actually a fake. But no, none of that happened. It was the real Time Stone. It was the real Mind Stone. Everything worked out. He got all the stones. Pretty much no problem for him. And he snaps his fingers and people start fading away. But because I was so annoyed that all these people were giving away these Infinity Stones, I didn't care that half the Avengers were dying. Because I kind of thought, it's your fault. You gave away these stones. So these people are fading away because you let them. You did this. As regards all the Avengers that died, pretty much all of the Guardians of the Galaxy are dead. Black Panther's dead, and he was just introduced. Doctor Strange is dead, he was just introduced. It just seems not the end, obviously. There's no way all of these Avengers are dead for good. But then I researched the movies that are confirmed to be made in the future. Now, I won't say them here just in case you aren't aware, but based on the movies that are coming out in the next couple of years, some of the Avengers definitely can't be dead because they're in other movies. But because I know that something's going to happen where they're going to bring back these Avengers, I didn't really feel sad about the Avengers dying. I was like, oh, they'll be back, it's fine, there's no problem. I suppose because I'm not a huge Marvel fan, I didn't really get affected when they died. Because people get like really attached to some characters or some superheroes, and there was people in the cinema going when people were like fading away, but I was just like, oh, they'll be back, it's fine. That's just me. One thing, maybe you can explain it to me. One thing I don't get about these movies, when you go and see it in the cinema, why do people like shout and openly go or clap when someone enters the scene? I've never seen it in any other movie that I've gone to see in the cinema. Like when Thor came back with his axe, when he flew through the sky, everyone was like, wow! And they were like clapping. I was looking around going, what are you doing? We all knew he was coming back. They spent a half an hour of the movie showing him building his axe so he can defeat Thanos. It wasn't a big surprise. Like if they hadn't shown that bit and they like just made it seem like he wasn't coming back, then I would get it. But we all knew he was coming back. He spent so long making this axe, and then you still cheer. Can you explain it to me? Because I don't understand. I kind of just rolled my eyes when people did that. But then again, I'm not as invested as everyone else. So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the odd one out. I don't know. People feel very strong about these movies and they like to show it. I guess it's not a bad thing, but it's because maybe I'm not a part of it that I just am like, what is going on? Like, and that's more on me than really them. So overall, I think I did like the movie. I did think it was quite funny. So that's what I like about movies, special Marvel movies, because I'm not a big action movie fan. I'm not really into action movies. So when there is humor, it makes it better for me because I like comedies and I like to laugh. So it breaks up the action, I guess. So I did like that. I did like all the intertwining of the characters and the storylines and just how they have conflicts or they get on. So I did like that. I guess the only thing I really didn't like about it was the fact that they kept on giving away the stones, and then half the cast died, but we know they're not going to be dead forever. So I just didn't feel like really a part of it, and I didn't feel it was believable, and I didn't really get emotional. And that's probably because I'm not as invested in these Marvel movies as everyone else. So that's more on me than the movie, because a lot of people did get very emotional and reacted badly when people were dying. And the storyline was good. And usually I don't really care about the storyline in the movies, or sometimes I don't even understand the storyline in the movies. But it was good because it did intertwine all the different universes or different worlds within the Marvel universe. So I did like that. I just hope that the next movie will explain properly why Doctor Strange gave away that stone. What was his plan? What is his overall goal with doing that? I hope that he saw something that no one else did and everything will be fixed, because otherwise I don't believe that he would just give away the stone just to save Iron Man. Please give this video a wee thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please let me know in the comment section what you thought of the movie. Let me know how much you loved it, because I know I'm going to get a lot of people saying how much they loved it. And I'm not saying it's a bad movie, it's just not my type of movie, but I did enjoy it. So you can rant and rave about this movie in the comment section. I'd love to know your thoughts. You might not have liked it. You can also let me know if you didn't. That's fine too. Not everyone likes these type of movies. So yeah, let me know what you thought in the comment section. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.